Vatzoatl has finally come for me. I bear the burden for our future.
Need more time. I'm not ready.
Inferno! Observe. So, at the eve of the end, the demon of Vatzoatl has finally come for me.
Not yet.
Nothing can stand against us.
Patience. Not ready.
The best laid plans. Simple. I can't give up. I must save my people. No, I will succeed. How? Foolish.
Then you've abandoned all reason.
The end of the world is nigh.
Patience.
I plan for every contingency.
Not ready. I'm not ready.
Self-destruction. This is not over yet. One death is nothing for the greater good.
Hi, hi, this is Ray here, and this is a brief showcase. I wasn't expecting to die, but at the same time, holy shit, Doriani's hitbox is so small, dude. It's tiny. I was like missing him the whole time. I had to actually realize that, so the second time I fought him after I died was I need to stand in front of him and then shield charge. Because there's no other way I'm gonna hit him. He's moving so fast. Yeah, anyway, as you can tell, the clear is decent. Not amazing, but decent. And the DPS for single target is actually really good. And this build is pretty much just 2 days old, so it's not like I put a lot of thought into it. But the amount of currency in this so far has been 30, 40 divines-ish, I would say. A lot of the cost is actually on scaling, actually jewels. Most of the cost I think is, oh wait, actually not really. 1/4 the cost is on jewels. That's the way I would describe it. Okay, so basically how this works is that this is a poison shield charge build, and this is a Pathfinder. I was looking at Palstron's work, so Palstron did a version of this on Titan, and he was running the tower helm, because that is a huge damage steroid. Problem is, to run the tower helm, you're pretty much parting life setups, so you have to go left side, and if you're not going 4K live, which I don't think he was, it's not that comfortable. So I've opted to go for Pathfinder because I believe Pathfinder is just a lot more tanky. I think if I were to run this on Titan, I would have to stack some strength, get up to 400 life, etc. And that's how I do defenses. But since I'm a Pathfinder, I'm going to tell you some of the advantages of it and, do a brief rundown of the synergy and all the breakdowns. Anyway, damage scaling is pretty straightforward. Shield charge, I managed to buy a six linked one with 20% 20 for about, what was it, 3 divines. I thought it was cheap, so I was like, I'm gonna buy this. So the base damage of this is kind of nice because your base damage is basically your offhand physical and also adds per 15 armor, and you can get up to, I think, if you corrupt this, it goes up to 1.47. That's the highest I've seen. I think probably the highest is absolute highest is 1,500. And that if you have 1,500, it basically just 600 to 800 added physical. So your base physical of the hit is actually really, really high. But that's not the reason why this skill is broken, or not broken, strong. It's because the collision damage is really, really high. So if you look at the collision damage, it's 2,000%. The more levels you put on this, the higher it goes. But this is at level 33, it's 2,000%. And if you look at the poison damage on the hit, it's actually really, really high. Okay, and you can stack up to 2 poisons. The reason why you also want to go poison is pretty much the only way of getting decent clear on a dot setup. Definitely you can go bleed and hemo crystals and herald blood. But in this case, I'm using both. But just saying, I feel far more comfortable going poison with herald plague. Even if you're not going the Pathfinder Prolif, this is just way better because you look at the radius on this is 1.8 and this is what, 1.5. But yeah. So I'm actually very happy to play this build, mainly because even after moving away from spears, so lightning spear is kind of like the most broken clear skill at the moment, and it's very hard to wean yourself off it. So to actually stop playing it, it feels bad. And even the last build I was trying to play, which is the charge stacker, ended up going lightning spears, which I wasn't very comfortable with. I didn't like it. But this build is restored my hope in POE2. Okay, I'm happy to play this build and try other things. This is giving me some hope. But yeah. So I'm gonna briefly talk to you about not just the the base scaling mechanic of the shield charge is really, really strong. Let's talk about what resonating shield does. So what resonating shield does is it's mainly to apply debuffs. I'm using it to apply bleed, maim, and blind. The reason why I'm using this to apply bleed is because then it pops the hemos, the herald blood. Sorry, yeah, it pops the herald blood. Herald blood has another prolif on it. It has bursting plague. So you apply the bursting plague debuff, which allows your main hand, or rather your main skill to prolif, to explode. Is another added form of clear, although I don't think it's really needed. Maybe I can just remove this. I'm not sure if you can poison on this, can you? Yeah, you can. So see, because this has a chance to poison, you can do bursting plague with this. Yeah. Because it's based off your main hand. So you look at here. Sorry. So you don't have chance. Oh wait, offhand chance. Wait, you have poison. Huh. Wait, maybe I should do this. Wait. Bursting plague. Maybe I should do this and ignore hemo. Yeah. Yeah, fuck bleed. You don't need this. You can run Wind Dancer or something. Yeah, with the 30 spirit. Well, anyway, I'll do that later. Oh wait, actually no. Let me do the Wind Dancer now, so like you can see it. Otherwise, it'll be pointless here. I think the knockback one is better, yeah? But never mind. Where's the knockback? Okay, so yeah, we'll Wind Dancer up instead. Have about 89% evade chance. Alright, yeah, let's do that instead. Okay. Alright, so yeah, the whole point of Resonating Shield is to apply debuffs. So it applies Maim, applies Bursting Plague, and applies Blind. You want Martial Tempo just to have it a bit faster. You tap once on a pack and then you slam, or you slam, or you charge and then you tap once, and that clears the whole screen. All right. Yeah, pretty much. Okay. Thunder Sleep just for getting out of trouble. Actually, I'll give you an example. There's a mechanic here that's causing you to get stunned. I hope GG fixes this, but I'll describe it later. But basically, if you're surrounded and you can't do anything because the monster's constantly interrupting your shield charge, you pause the game, you go to character selection, go back in the game, and you won't take damage, right? And you just charge out. And in the whole process, you can't get stunned. So just saying, if you ever like find yourself in the pinch, just pause the game. You're surrounded by a fuck ton of mobs, you use this. Alright, this is also for jumping across ledges, up, whatever. Crossing gaps, chasms, whatever. I probably have to think about other utility skills on the podium, but for now, I haven't really decided. Withering Presence just for more of a wither, which gives you more chaos damage, more poison. Oh yeah, I should put Despair. Oh, why? Oh, I really forgot. Yeah, I should put Despair here, as I don't have a curse. Okay, Herald Plague just for prolifts. Wind Dancer for more evasion, for knockback, and Ghost Dance for energy shield recovery when you get hit. Right, so those are your skills. Let's talk about the skill links. Okay, for Resonating Shield, oh yeah, I think I already covered this. For Shield Charge, it's Heavy Swing, Concentrated Effect, Envenom, Heft, and Ingenuity. Ingenuity is just for cooldown. Thunder Sleep actually there is a support I want to put there. Oh my goodness, I'm going back base again. As I said, this is a 2-day-old build. Okay, I haven't really optimized everything, and the more I look at the build, then I realize I have things I haven't done yet. Where did I put that thing? Okay, well I have no. Maybe that's the reason why I don't have it. I didn't have gems earlier. Started picking them up again. Okay. I think I want the stun one. Okay, this should get me out of trouble, hopefully without having to pause, but we'll see. Anyway, yeah, I'll set up the Despair setup. I'll set up the Despair later. Okay, so for Withering Presence, you want more skill effect duration, so more skill effect of your withers. So your wither duration is 9.11 seconds. So pretty decent overlap as long as you're sitting on the boss. Herald of Plague for Prolif, Chaos Mastery, Precision, and Herbalism. Precision is just for more accuracy because you don't really get it anywhere else. Herbalism just for more recovery on the flask, which gives you Eternal Youth ES recovery. Wind Dancer is Pin. You could probably put another utility skill here. I'll have to check. Something might be better than this. Wind Wave, helpful. Arm Slang, just utility. Ghost Dance, less fast forward, so less skill effect duration. Let's talk about the passive skill tree. As usual, you are trying to get as much movement speed as possible. So you path down here, get movement speed, and then down here for poisons, for evasion and movement speed. Path down here, you have a lot of cooldown nodes here, cooldown nodes here, cooldown nodes here, and a lot of block nodes. So you get the block nodes here, and you get glancing. Okay, so the reason why you get glancing is you're gonna anoint this, Lay Siege, so 1% damage per chance to block. You can also get this. So that's 75% damage, which is very hard to come by on poisons. So yeah, do this. If you want to path here to get this, sure, but I don't think there's any like great pathing nodes on the way. Maybe this one is okay. Like 1, 2, 3 points, and then yeah, but that's 11 points allocated just to path in this area, and it feels bad. So I'd rather anoint this because it's cheaper to anoint. Like this is way cheaper. This is like 70 exalts, and this is like, I don't know, 250 or 200. I can't remember. And then so you path like this. You get all the block nodes, get all the cooldown nodes, get sockets. So very easy accessible sockets, 1, 2, 1 here. And then you path here, you get poison magnitude, poison chance. So you only have 1 additional poison chance. I don't think you inflict more than 2 poisons over the duration because your duration isn't that long. Also, wait, let me check. let me check. As I said, I haven't optimized all these things. So poison duration is at 3 seconds, and you have a 1.52, right? So yeah, I'm not sure you even need a second duration. Maybe you need to increase poison duration for this to be useful. Yep, maybe slightly. Yeah, but I would still think you want this. So you want at least 1 extra chance of poison. So here. And then skill effect duration, poison duration, yep. My poison magnitude, this is for survivability for my ES helm. Any percentage damage is good for this build, especially anything that affects your poisons. You double check on POB or here before you actually allocate them. I think the tags are physical, melee, physical melee and attack. Sorry, physical melee and attack. You get, yeah, it will affect your poisons, but the rest won't. You can't add chaos here. Chaos actually does nothing. This node here does nothing, unfortunately. I just want the withered here. Maybe I should take away these. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I could actually take away. We'll see. You want the hybrid ES evasion nodes. That's your survivability here as well. Movement speed here. Movement speed here. These nodes are very, very efficient. There are a lot of physical and attack based nodes. So physical, attack, and then you put on a against the darkness. Added an extra chaos. So 4% as extra chaos. 1, 2, 3. And then you also get another like smaller node. I got cold res, and this one was corrupted blood. It was 2 dips. I saw this was 2. I was like, it's kind of cheap for 2 dips, so I bought this. Although there's not really many instances of corrupted blood, mostly in trials, I think, or in ultimatums. Path here, Eternal Youth, hybrid as well, and then you path up here. CI is so strong, making you tanky. Here for wither effect, and one extra stack of wither. Here for increased cooldown recovery as well as reduced duration. Reduced duration is great for ghost dance. Doesn't reduce the duration of your poisons, great, and thankfully. Down here, very huge ES nodes, about 75 ES and ES, so really useful. You also need quite a bit of stats, mainly because you need 200 for strength. If you're leveling up your dex passives and all dex spirit gems as well, you need 190 or something. Intelligence 90, mostly for gear, like the helm and the boots, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Probably as well for despair once I can put 1. Actually, maybe there's a reason why I don't have despair. I might not be able to meet the minimum requirement for it. I might need more stats there. Anyway, so let's talk about the gear. We are running double Ice Fang orbits. Okay, the reason why Ice Fang orbits is great is that chance of poison and magnitude of poison is very hard to come by, and you can get it on rings here, and you can multiply it a little with ingenuity, right? So I haven't found a setup for rings that gives me more damage. I think these ones give me the most, so I've just gone these 2. I think resistances can be solved elsewhere, so I didn't really bother. So Ice Fang orbits, I put 2 of them here. You can chill as well, which is great because I think your physical, all damage from hits can contribute to chill magnitude. You hit pretty hard on your shield charge, so I think you probably max out the chill on your target. So yeah, weapon is going to be any one-handed weapon. I've chosen spears, mainly because spears can run +5 melee as well as double suffix attributes. Right, you can get strength and dex. Very rare. You can if you get a mace, I think you can only get strength. So therefore, I would say that for stat wise, this is probably the best. So yeah, that's what I've done. These things are relatively cheap if someone actually puts them on the market. People actually don't pick these up, okay? And so that's the reason why you don't see many of them. But if you do see them, just buy them. As I said, relatively cheap, pretty cost-effective item. Yeah, right now there's like a couple of those up for a couple of them up for a couple of divs. But personally, don't buy them. Just buy one for single stat, like Shrink or decks. Don't have to buy both. Helmet evasion as high as possible because you want to get as much benefit out of subterfuge as much as possible. You probably need a reduced attribute requirement on the suffix, or if you're going the spare route, you probably need int, right? I've gone for this because it's cheap. I think this was like 2 divines or something. Yeah, and I need the resistances because I can't get it on rings. Anyway, yeah, let's move on. Chest armor. I actually lucked on this. I saw this up for 6 divs and I was like, really? Doubles res with 2.7k evasion for 6? So I bought it, yeah. And it had triple corruption already with a socket. So I mean, yeah, this is a cheap buy for me. I probably want to, actually I probably need to get more stun threshold elsewhere, but we'll see. Yeah, I think that's the reason why I'm getting stunned, because of CI and not enough stun threshold. Yeah, amulet, you want energy shield, evasion, spirit, and the prefixes. Suffixes, you want melee skills and lightning, and resistances. I can whittling this and get the critical damage off, I think, because I don't need it. Anything else would be better than crit damage. I don't do any crit pretty much. But yeah, that would cost me a whittling, and this amulet was 1 div, so I'm not sure if I want to spend 2 divs to improve 1 suffix. I might just look for a better amulet, right? If there's one available, we'll see. Shield, as high as armor as possible. You can hit 1.3. 1.3 is like kind of accessible. 1.28 is accessible. Like 2 divs maybe. But anything above that is like expensive. So 1.4 expensive. 1.5 probably like, I don't know, 20 divs plus. I got lucky here. I bought this for 2 divs because I have always been planning for what do you call it, a shield build for a very long time. Last patch 0.10, I really wanted to make shields, but because Herald Thunder Herald Eyes was so strong and they didn't scale shields, I was like, well, there's no point making one anyway, so I didn't bother. But since those Heralds got nerfed and Herald of Plague is actually really strong for clear, it kind of makes sense to actually like go this, right? So I early on into this league, into this patch, I was already looking for shields. I bought maybe 2 or 3 and sold them off. So I kept buying better ones. So I bought one for a div, and sold that off to replace with another one, and then I sold that off to replace with this one. So I always had one shield, high armor shield, ready for use. And yeah, so this is the one I ended up with, was 2 divs. Belt ingenuity, I like energy shield on the prefixes, so on the corrupted implicit, and then plus 3 charm slots. I haven't even figured out what charms I'm gonna run it. Actually, I haven't run any. Maybe I should run the stun charm, for goodness sakes, because I'm getting stunned. Yeah. So ingenuity, definitely run this if you're running Ice Fangs. So basically, that gives you like more magnitude and more chance. And yep. Boots, resistances, movement speed, and evasion energy shield is your priority. I bought this one some also, like, it's cheap, 3 divines I think. It had already a corruption implicit for core res, which I thought was really nice, and it has double, basically all the suffixes are not wasted, right? Only the prefixes are a little low. It's maybe 20 years lower than what I would normally expect, but the suffixes kind of make up for it, so I don't really mind. Gloves is interesting. So you need 1 source of physical attack damage leech as mana, okay? And you can't run it on the rings because you're running Ice Fang, so the only way to put it is actually the gloves. So one of your gloves suffix slot has to be mana leech, and the other one has to be +2 level of melee skills, because that's why you scale the damage, right? And then the prefixes is as much ES or evasion as possible. Yeah. So these are actually really cheap because no one cares about them. I bought this for like 40x or something. This is like nobody bothers, right? Level of melee skills, no one values it. Like, so you can get these things really cheap. All right, so yeah, damage scaling +5 here, +2 here, +2 3 here. If you corruption implicit this, you can even get another +1 melee skill if you really want to take this to the end game. Jewels, energy shield, and magnitude. Your chance to inflict ailments is nice too, so if you get all 3 is great. This is mana or life? Life. Okay, and then Prisoner Belief. This is expensive. I bought this for 7 divines. It's probably like 1/5 the cost of my whole build. But yeah, +3 level of shield charge skills. Very nice. Yeah, and then the last jewel is pretty much, yeah, and then you have this, the Against the Darkness, and then the last one is just the same, ES, magnitude. Yeah. Look at your chance to poison on shield charge. Try to get it as high as possible. 100%. Where's my? Okay, 104% chance to poison. Yep. So just get it as high as possible, and yeah. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm not sure what third build I'll play, if there is a third build I'll play. I am not keen on playing LE. I think I told this to my friend. He's trying to get me to play LE. I really don't like. I see. I play Path of Exile because I like the smoothness of the gameplay. The builds are like kind of secondary, I guess. Although to be honest, I do feel like people gave up on Path of Exile without trying out different builds early. Okay, so okay, you probably could do a comparison with this and Palstron setup. I think this is better. I mean, I'll let Palstron decide. But here's the reason why. He's getting heavy stunned a lot with his shield raise, correct? And do you know what actually prevents heavy stun on a shield? Wait, it doesn't say. Wait, I think it's here, yeah. The raise shield stats, look at this. Raise your shield to block all incoming blockable hits. Release immediately after blocking to perform a shield bash that damages and stuns enemies. While your shield is raised, you cannot be light stunned by hits you block, but blocking too much may heavy stun you. You cannot evade while your shield is raised, but evasion instead grants an equal chance to avoid heavy stun buildup. You see where I'm getting it, right? I'm not getting heavy stun buildup because I have 90% chance to avoid it. so that's okay. That's how you solve heavy stun issues. I can see why he has problems with it. I don't have any because, you know, I think I have light stun issues. So when I get surrounded by mobs, they hit my backside and then they light stun my ass, which honestly speaking is like the stupidest thing I've ever seen. I probably need more light stun resistance because getting surrounded, I always find myself in the middle of mobs just because I'm tanky and I feel like it, and that's the best way of clearing, but sometimes it gets me fucked, right? Hopefully this can get me out of it now. Alright, yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you guys, I'm out. Bye.